Valentine's Day had always been special to Sophia. Every year she looked forward to flowers, gifts, and romantic surprises, but one Valentine's Day would turn into the most terrifying night of her life. On the morning of February 14th, Sophia discovered a mysterious red envelope on her doorstep. Inside was a beautiful Valentine's card with a chilling message: "Meet me where our love began, midnight, come alone." There was no signature. She assumed it was from her boyfriend, Daniel, and spent the day wondering what surprise he had planned. However, strange things soon began happening. While walking through town, she noticed a tall man in a black coat holding a bouquet of dead roses staring directly at her from across the street. Whenever she looked closely, he seemed to disappear. That evening, Daniel called and apologized, saying he would be working late and couldn't celebrate Valentine's Day with her. Confused about the mysterious card, Sophia decided to visit the place where their relationship had started, the old gazebo in Riverside Park. Just before midnight, she arrived and found the park deserted. A cold wind howled through the trees as she stepped into the moonlit gazebo. There, resting on a bench, was another red envelope. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside was a note that read, "Thank you for coming. The game has begun." Fear crept into her chest. Suddenly, her phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "Look behind you." She turned and saw a small gift box in the center of the gazebo. Inside was a silver necklace she had lost years ago. Another message appeared: "I keep everything you leave behind." Panic began replacing curiosity. As she hurried toward the park exit, she noticed photographs hanging from the branches of trees. Every photo was of her walking to work, shopping, sitting in cafes, even sleeping in her bedroom. Someone had been watching her for years. Her phone rang. When she answered, she heard only heavy breathing before a cold voice whispered, "Happy Valentine's Day, Sophia." Terrified, she ran to her car only to find the words, "Be mine forever," written across her windshield in red paint. Then she saw the man in the black coat standing under a streetlight, holding dead roses and staring directly at her. Sophia sped away and locked herself inside her house. Minutes later, another message arrived containing an address and a warning: "If you want to see Daniel again, come now." Believing her boyfriend might be in danger, she drove to the abandoned house on the edge of town. The old building stood surrounded by dead trees and darkness. Inside, hundreds of candles illuminated a path leading upstairs. At the end of a hallway was a room covered from floor to ceiling with photographs of Sophia taken throughout her life. Beneath every picture were the words, "My Valentine." Then she heard a floorboard creak behind her. The man in the black coat stood in the doorway, his pale face twisted into a smile. He revealed that he had been obsessed with her since high school, claiming that a single smile from her years ago had made him believe they belonged together. He confessed to following her, collecting her belongings, and watching her every move. As he stepped closer, Sophia grabbed a nearby baseball bat and struck him before running from the room. The stalker chased her through the dark woods surrounding the house. Branches tore at her clothes as she sprinted desperately through the darkness. Just when he seemed about to catch her, flashing police lights appeared ahead. Sophia screamed for help and officers rushed toward her. The stalker disappeared into the woods before he could be arrested. Despite an extensive search, he was never found. Months passed and life slowly returned to normal. Sophia tried to forget the nightmare and move on, but exactly 1 year later, on Valentine's Day, another red envelope appeared at her door. Her heart pounded as she opened it. Inside was a recent photograph taken through her bedroom window. Written on the back were 6 horrifying words: "I never miss Valentine's Day." That night she sat awake with every light in the house turned on. Everything seemed quiet until she glanced outside and saw a figure standing beneath a distant street lamp. It was the same tall man in the black coat holding a bouquet of dead roses, smiling as he watched her from the darkness, waiting for the next Valentine's Day.